The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Close any confidential. Are we okay?
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, how are you?
We're fine, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. So I welcome you from the Thane location of the education fair. And the students are here, and then we are looking forward to hear your presentation and the details about Valparaiso University. So are you ready?
Yes, we are ready. This is Joe, by the way. Hello.
All right. Hello, Joe. Welcome to International Students Education Fair.
Thank you.
All
So we're pretty much ready to go as well. Are we able to share our webcam with you so you can see our faces first before we begin?
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat?
Can we share our webcam with you first so you can see our faces before we begin?
Absolutely, absolutely. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Can everyone see us?
Not really. All right, all right. Yes, very well. We can. Hello, how are you?
We're doing very well.
All right, please go ahead. Please, let's start. So I would put my audio on mute, and then you can carry on with the presentation.
Sure.
Excellent.
Well, we'd like to just first introduce ourselves before we begin. My name is Joe Frake. I'm the Associate Director of International Students and Scholars here at Valparaiso University.
And I am Jennifer McQuady. I'm the Assistant Director of Graduate Recruitment and Admission. So I work in the graduate school.
Before we get started any further, we do want to introduce you to two graduate students who are joining us for the presentation today. They're going to chip in at times with their own experiences, and they're also going to be able to help answer questions from the crowd. So Monica and Solanki, if you can come over here and just briefly introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Hello everyone, my name is Monica, and I'm a graduate student at Valparaiso pursuing my master's in information technology computing track.
Hello everybody, my name is Solanki and I'm a student in Masters IT in under management track. So let me see how best can I help you today. Thank you.
All right, thank you to both of you. So we're going to get started in just a minute here. I'm going to now turn off my webcam for the next portion of the presentation. We're going to go through a short presentation about the university, some academic overview, application requirements, campus services, and other resources students have, some of the things that make Valpo really stand out among all universities. So I'm going to turn off the webcam now, and I have my screen shared. I think you can all hopefully see the university PowerPoint. Can you see it in full screen mode right now?
Oh, yes, we can.
Okay, very good. Before we go into all of our slides, we had a YouTube video that we wanted to share with everyone. Do you have that link that you can play for the crowd?
No, I do not have the link. Would you be able to play the link over there? Because they are as of now seeing your screen.
Okay. Let me see if I can play it, though I think that we've had some lag issues on the internet. So let me see if I can find it very quickly.
Same here.
Just one moment, please. Local university, and it's one that's becoming more diverse every year.
Valpo is known for its academic quality. It's ranked in the top 5 in the Midwest region among colleges and universities. We have over 700 international students, faculty, and staff from more than 45 countries. Valparaiso University is a truly international university with a tradition of inviting and welcoming international students for more than 100 years. When you come and study in a campus like this, you're not only getting an American experience, but you're getting a truly global experience. So even if you're a student from China, you're now going to have an experience where you're interacting with students from Nigeria or India or students from Brazil. And that is what makes Valparaiso University a unique university.
Valpo believes that the best learning environment is one that is diverse in perspective, that through collaboration and working together, we can come to a better understanding of the world around us.
You will find a College of Engineering that is nationally ranked. Our programs are nationally accredited. The College of Business has the highest accreditation that only 5% of the universities and colleges across the globe have that accreditation. We also have very innovative new programs such as a Master's in IT, Information Technology, a Master's degree in Cybersecurity, which very few universities have. We have programs in digital media, a program in teaching English as a second language, also an International Economics and Finance Master's degree. Our graduates have over a 90% employability rate, and we've done this for the past 23 years.
Our proximity to Chicago allows students to find internship opportunities.
So this is a very major attraction for our international students who not only want a great education, but also want an opportunity to maybe work for 1 year here in the United States before they go back to their country.
This combination of a small, safe town and a big, thriving metropolis close by gives students the best of both worlds and makes Valpo a unique place to live. Valpo prides itself on having small classroom size, so students can work very closely with their professors in and out of the classroom.
Valpo builds a community everywhere you go. At Valpo, our professors are excited to have many different students in their classrooms. Our professors go out of the way to make sure that all of these students get the help they need in order to succeed in their classrooms.
From the minute you arrive to the United States, the Office of International Programs helps orient you to your new surroundings. When you arrive at the Chicago airport, you can take a bus very easily to Valpo, where our staff picks you up and brings you to campus.
Our students routinely go to Chicago for entertainment, for sightseeing. At the same time, they find the university to be in a safe community that they can come back to and feel safe when they are studying.
Downtown is really pretty because it's very different from the kind of city we have in Valparaiso. Our small towns typically don't look like that. They're more rural. But the small town here in America was like really, it was almost like a movie kind of downtown. So I felt like I was in a movie when I was a couple of weeks out in America.
To me, Valpo means high quality education, a safe community, and a place where you form long-lasting friendships.
Okay, did that video play all right?
Oh yes, perfectly fine. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good.
Great. So we just wanted to kind of give you that overview of the university. We think it's a good short way to see all the elements of the university in terms of campus, to give you kind of a visual feel for what it's like and hear from some of our faculty, staff, and students. So moving on to our next slide, Valparaiso University is not only known as a quality university in terms of student experience, but it's also been evaluated as one of the top universities in our region. So you'll see on this slide that we've actually been called the best university in the nation for contribution to public good. One interesting fact about our university is that we are a Lutheran university, so we're very community service and mission oriented. We want our students to not only study their academic program, but figure out what their place is in society and how they're going to use what they've learned and studied. We're the #1 undergraduate teaching university in the Midwest region, and #1 best value. If there are any undergraduate students in the room that are interested in engineering, we're one of the top 15 undergraduate engineering programs in the United States.
I'm just going to talk a little bit about why you should choose Valpo. So like we mentioned before with the rankings, very high quality institution. Our location as well, we are actually only 1 hour from Chicago. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. It's a smaller city, so everyone's very friendly. It's easy to meet people, but then you would also have the access to Chicago as well, which since it's only 1 hour away, it's easy to go there and get more of a big city kind of experience. And we also have bus and trains that go directly to Chicago as well. Professional preparation, that's one of the best things about our programs, especially some of our graduate programs all have required internships to help prepare you for your future profession. We're also a very affordable university, so there's a lot of value for the cost. For our undergraduate students, we have very competitive scholarships. And for graduate students, we're actually very reasonably priced compared to other institutions in the area. Campus diversity, we have over 500 international students from over 40 countries, so it is very diverse. You can meet people from all over the world here. And we are also very flexible with start times. So our graduate programs, a lot of those can start in the summer as well, in addition to fall and spring. And our on-campus resources, we're going to talk a little bit in more detail about, but we do have quite a few of those available as well.
Okay, so as Jennifer mentioned, we do have about international students from about 40 countries. The total population of the university is 4,500 students. That's 3,500 undergraduate and 1,000 graduate. So we are a small regional university, but even within that small population, it's pretty incredible what the university has been able to accomplish. We have a 320-acre campus, brand new buildings, technology, our library, arts and sciences building, admissions building, and our student union have all been built within the last 10 years. We have on-campus housing for undergraduate students, and graduate students are able to get local apartments and rent homes. The city of Valpo, as you saw in our video, is a small town, about 30,000 people. But a really great thing is that we're only about an hour away from Chicago, so students have the ability to go back and forth as they please. I'm going to ask Monica to talk just for a minute about her experience moving on to campus or moving into Valparaiso after arriving to the United States.
Okay, so as a graduate student, I live off campus in the apartments near to the university. I have actually come in a week prior to the orientation, managed to do some shopping, adjust to the weather conditions, and get settled down quite well. It's been close to 6 months that I've started living in the apartments. It's just a 10-minute walk from the university. We also have a lot of other apartments quite nearby around the university, and the apartment community was very professional, courteous, and quick in responding to any maintenance concerns that we had. Talking about the transportation facilities, as a student at Valpo, you are free to travel in public transport. You just have to make sure that you carry your Valpo ID, and you are free to go to any destination that you wish to. And the average commute time is 23 minutes, which means it is quite a busy public transport. The downtown that we have in Valparaiso is pretty beautiful, I would say. The city has put in a lot of money to make downtown look beautiful. We have multi-cuisine restaurants and bars just to walk away from the university. And talking about the grocery stores, I hope every Indian student misses the Indian spice. So we just have like 10 minutes or 15 minutes drive away, we have Indian grocery stores. So I have never missed Indian spice here.
Awesome. Thank you, Monica. So just to move on to the next slide and talk a little bit about our academics. On our undergraduate side, we have about 70 academic programs that are split into the 5 colleges you see in the top left corner of the slide. And in the bottom left corner, you can see our most popular majors for undergraduate students. We have a College of Nursing that's very popular, which offers health sciences. On the master's side, a health administration program. Very strong undergraduate programs in engineering, business, education, and meteorology.
And just a little bit about our graduate program. So we actually have about 20 different graduate programs as well. And some of the most popular with our international students are information technology, digital media, health administration. And then we also have two business programs that are quite popular: international economics and finance and international commerce and policy. So there's quite a lot of different programs that students are able to take. And we actually, our two students who are with us today are in our information technology program. So I'm going to go ahead and have them tell you a little bit more just about those programs and about their experiences with internship as well.
Okay, so I am a graduate student in computing track. So it's a 37 credit program that has been offered to me. The program is for 18 months and the Valparaiso students prepares themselves to graduate for future of technology, regardless of what operating systems or languages that emerge. We majorly focus on software development and cybersecurity. We also have master's degree in cybersecurity graduate program. The best part of this program is that it gives us the opportunity to blend in different subjects from different disciplines.
Okay. And then we're also going to have Solanki join us to talk about the IT management program and internship structure.
Well, let me first tell you what a track is all about. When it comes to IT, information technology, we have two different tracks. One is computing track and one is management track. And me coming from a management track, I would like to brief you about what management track is all about. I'm sure we have many students who would like to pursue an IT degree, but under the management vertical. Not many universities has this vertical for the IT students that is different in computing and different in management. So, for example, let me step in your shoes and talk about this. We have many students coming from a commerce background or maybe work experience background or maybe really into management vertical and not into core programming. So for them, it is the best vertical to opt for, that is MS IT under management. So this will actually help you, in getting probably a position of business analytics or something into management. And if you would not want to be, a programmer, sit on the system, keep coding 24/7, this is the best program that you can opt for. And one other point which I would want to put forward is, at our university, we do not, like the other universities do, they would need a 16 years education, which we don't need. They would need a freshers, but we don't have anything as such. Freshers are welcome. The work experience background is welcome. A 15 years education is welcome. A 16 years education is welcome as well. So a student actually has a set plan to think about and opt for either management or a computing track. So that is all I have to say about this particular vertical. Thank you.
Thanks, Solanki. I'm also going to have Solanki add one more point about our academic programs. No matter whether you're in a graduate program or an undergraduate program, our students have access to an incredible library system. If you look on the background of this slide, that photo is our Christopher Center, which is only about 10 years old. It's a state-of-the-art library facility. And it's not just about what's in the building, but what students have access to through it that Solanki is going to mention as a benefit.
All right, talking about the library, one of the best part I have seen. Okay, let me give you one good example here. Recently, when I have come, obviously, how do I get through my semesters doing assignments, right? So I had a problem doing one assignment, and then I approached someone in the library if they could help me with that. Absolutely, that's one of the best resources student can use. And one of the key point that I would want to mention here is, when you get an assignments for your subjects that you're pursuing, you would there are a couple of sites. I mean, there are many sites which, if you would access as an outsider, you will have to pay a bunch of dollars to get access to that. But if you are a part of VU, if you have the access to VU library, it's absolutely free of cost. So it's more like a hunt. You have everything right there. You just need to find the right key at the right time. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Solanki. Another big feature of the university is the Office of International Programs. This is my office, and we do a lot of different things for students. It starts with issuing an I-20 to students and helping them maintain their immigration status throughout your time at Valpo. But we also do many other things. We help students apply for their CPT and OPT work authorization. We have events and programming throughout the year. And one of the most important things is our new student orientation. This is usually a 2 to 3 day intensive orientation with our office, where we talk not just about immigration or academics, but about campus life and how you can adjust to your time here. Solanki was actually one of our orientation assistants this past spring, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about the benefits of our orientation.
Okay, OIP, one of my favorite places to be all time, you know. I've got many examples, but due to time limitations, I will not be able to tell you all of that. Okay, I've come in the fall 2016, August, and I was a student there, and I had the orientation for like 3 long days, and I really loved that orientation. One of the best part about the orientation is you get to meet all of your batchmates, and you actually get to know whom do you gel well with. So whom can you actually stay with? And for the very next semester, I was selected as a student ambassador, and I represented OIP to the students coming from across the world, and it's really fantastic to be there, you know. So you could be one of them, explore your skills to the best you could. And orientation being mandatory is because you actually get to know where are the people coming from, where are the students coming from, what track are they opting for, whom do you gel well with, and whom can you actually, you know, stay along with, because you would be staying off campus, right? So you really need to know whom can you actually stay with. So that's one of the best part. OIP has this orientation for probably 2 or 3 long days, depends on the program that you're opting for.
Thanks, Solanki. Student organizations, like any university, we have a lot of different student orgs that provide programming on campus. Some of them are special interest, and we put some ones on this slide that are more common among international students to be involved in. We have an Indian Student Association that puts on different celebrations. We have a Muslim Student Association and a general international student association. But we also have many interest-based clubs that have to do with sports, intramurals, pop culture. Whatever you're interested in, there's something for you. We also have, for people who are interested in community service and getting out and using some of the things they've learned, clubs like our Social Action Leadership Team, which every year finds one cause that they're interested in and then raises money and does some activities to help out in that area. So the student orgs are a great aspect of Valpo as well. Blanky's going to add just one note about that.
Well, adding one point to the student organizations, we have many events coming up every year conducted by different clubs. For reference, just go to YouTube and check the events happening in Valparaiso, or probably say Diwali 2016. You would find what we actually do at our university. You know, it's not just academics, it's not just education. You learn much more than what you actually need to learn, you know. So that's one of the best part that we do. And you can check the recent video that we celebrated Holi on our campus.
Academic support and services. The university does a lot to be able to help you get through your program. I think often people have the impression of sometimes graduate programs as you arrive and because you've already done your bachelor's degree, you must find your way to succeed. But we still provide services for students even as a master's student. Our Academic Success Center can allow students to sign up for opportunities like tutoring. We have a writing center where you can take papers and essays to tutors, and they will actually go through it with you and give you some recommendations. If you do have any learning disabilities or physical disabilities, we have a Disability Support Services office, and our engineering college has its own tutoring center. However, there's a couple things I want to really point out about our campus, and one is the Student Health Center. We have a Student Health Center on campus that's completely free to access, and it's quite accessible. It's not a long walk for students who are on or off campus. And I'm going to leave Solanki to tell you a little bit more about the health center and our health insurance system. Valparaiso University offers a mandatory health insurance plan, so students have to buy into it and cannot bring something else. Solanki is going to tell you a little bit about the value of that.
Okay, Student Health Center, one of the best things that you can actually have. You can actually rely on. I would like to tell the students, do not go for a third party insurance, health insurance, because no matter you go or don't go with a third party, you will actually need to get a health insurance from VU, which pretty much covers everything. So all that you have to do is just go to a registered medical center, get your vaccinations done, and be here at Valpo. Rest will be taken care by the health center. And one other point I would like to add up, in case you don't get the vaccination done, you can come here and get it done, and it's absolutely free of cost because it covers under your health center. But if you have time, my point is I would suggest you to go get the vaccination done. So that's one of the added advantage.
Absolutely. Thanks, Solanki. Another great element of the university is our career center. So we actually have a career center on campus, and their entire job is to help students find opportunities for work, whether that's an on-campus job or an off-campus job. So I'm going to have Monica just say a few words about the Career Center and how she's found it helpful.
Okay, so the Career Center at Valparaiso offers services like on-campus jobs, mock interviews are being held, and we get help from the Career Center in creating a resume or cover letters. It also gives us the access to the Glassdoor resources, and global employment resources are also available. So if any student would like to work on campus, there is a site called Handshake, which is associated with Valparaiso University. And you just have to set up your profile, update your resume and cover letter. You would have a handful of jobs displayed on the Handshake on campus, and then you can apply to any of the jobs that you're looking for. And apart from that, it gives students access to the internship postings, which generally are not visible to normal public. So that is also one added advantage at Handshake. And basically, I would say that Handshake helps students develop their skills, not only personally, but professionally. Personally, because if you, be it a photographer, be it a choreographer, or be it a language tutor, you are welcome to work on campus.
Okay, great. Solanki, do you have anything to add about jobs in the Career Center?
Okay. Talking about the Career Center, let me give you one small example of mine. I am good at probably speaking. I have good management skills, but when I initially came over, trust me, till today, I do not know how to make a good resume. And when I initially came, it was like being a master's student, Solanki, you're supposed to be knowing how to get your resume done, right? That is what I had my mindset all about. But then when I approached the Career Center, they were so welcoming that, you get everything done right from scratch. You don't know how to get your resume done, not a problem. You will get it done, and eventually you will learn. And I am halfway through, and I'm sure I will get it done by the time I complete my master's, So at some point, no problem. You don't know anything, you approach, you will get a key for that. So that is all I have to say about it. And yes, one other point I wanted to add here, and the best point I love about my Career Center. You are here to study, to complete your master's, and eventually get a job, right? Yes, that is what the Career Center is there for. Tomorrow you get a job, you work for 10 long years, then you are jobless for some or the other X reasons. You still have access to the Career Center all your life. Isn't that amazing? What else can you, ask or request for from a university? At any point you are in need of a job, you are more than welcome to contact the Career Center, and they would try to help you to their best. Giving you one best example, recently we had one lady who's around 55 contacting Career Center for her job, and we took around a month or so, and we placed her in a decent place where she's making good money now. So what else can you ask for? That is all I have to say about the Career Center.
Fantastic. Thanks, Solanki. That really is a great feature. If anyone does have concerns about passing the IELTS or the TOEFL exam and doesn't really want to spend that time prepping for it overseas, we do have an English language center on campus called Interlink that allows you to come here, complete their program, which is 5 levels, and you can test into whichever level you currently lie in. And then you don't have to take the IELTS or TOEFL as long as you complete Interlink. You can be admitted into the university, and that can be your English proficiency. So if you do have concerns about English, this is an option for you, and you can ask us more questions if you have them later on. Applying for admission. This is always a big question for students. What is the application process like? I'm going to speak for just a minute about undergraduate admission, and then Jennifer will speak about graduate admissions. On the undergraduate admission side, we have a free online application. We also accept the Common App if students want to do that. We only require from students a personal statement, an official transcript from their high school, this is for undergraduate, and proof of their English proficiency. Those are pretty much the only major requirements that we need, though of course we'd like to see things like recommendation letters. On the undergraduate admission side, we offer some pretty competitive scholarships for students to help you become eligible. And we offer scholarships automatically upon admission for undergraduate students. So there's no separate application for the scholarship. I'll leave Jennifer to talk about graduate admissions.
Sure. The graduate admission process is also pretty straightforward. We have an online application you can fill out. Then we would just need copies of all of your transcripts. And we do accept scanned copies that you can send to our email address. We would need the official transcripts once you came to the university. 2 letters of recommendation, just from preferably one of your undergraduate professors or someone who knows you well. A reflective essay explaining why you want to study at Valparaiso University, why you want to study your program. An application fee, and then a TOEFL score of 80. You can submit TOEFL, IELTS, or PTE, Pearson's academic test. So an IELTS score of 6 or a PTE score of 58. And one of the great things about the Valparaiso University Graduate School is we do not require the GRE for most programs. The only program that we do require an extra test for would be our MBA program that does require a GMAT score. But all of the other programs, so the information technology program that our students were discussing earlier, those do not require a GRE test. And then we would also need a passport copy and then a bank statement showing that you have enough for 1 year of study at our university. And another great thing about graduate admission is our deferral process. So for example, if you are accepted to our spring term and then something comes up, you find out you are not able to come to Valparaiso in the spring, we do have a deferral option. So Monica is going to talk a little bit more about the deferral process for the graduate school.
The deferral process at Valparaiso is pretty easy. All you have to do is contact the graduate school via email. You have to mention 3 things there. One, the semester you were originally admitted for, and the reason why you would wish to defer to, and the semester you would wish to defer. So these are the 3 things that you mention in the email to the graduate school, and we will be able to defer your I-20 to the next semester that you would like for. And you just have to create a free account in eShip Global website, and just click on our university, and then give in your details, your address, where you want the deferred I-20 to reach to in India. And we will be able to send you in a couple of weeks, and you can go further for visa processing with the deferred I-20. And I would say I am a deferred student, and it was quite easy for me.
Great.
Great, thank you. And this is just a little bit about our contact information. So if you have any additional questions, we are going to be answering some questions in a moment as well. But if you need to get in touch with us later, this is our email address, so undergraduate.admission@valpo.edu if you have any undergraduate questions, and then also a link to our undergraduate website. And then our graduate school email address, graduate.school@valpo.edu if you have any graduate related questions, or if you fill out our online application and wanted to submit your documents, they would also go to that email address as well. So thank you very much. We really appreciate everyone being here for our presentation today. And I think we are going to go ahead and go into some questions now as well, if anyone has any questions for us.
So we're here on the webcam, and whatever questions anyone has, please feel free to submit them.
All right, thank you so much, the entire team, and especially to Indian students. It was really lovely to hear the experiences from themselves. And then I think now the students here, they are more confident because when they hear a part of them, two Indians talking about their experiences, so it's like more booster to their applications and their decisions to go to Valparaiso University. All right, so I already had some couple of questions because I've handed over the sheets to the students so they can write in the questions. I have certain lists. All right. They actually want to know, since Valparaiso is located in a town which is not having so much of population, so they are basically relying on on-campus jobs. So, like, how much on-campus jobs are available to students? Like, can they actually count on it, or it's like very competitive to get, or how is it?
I think I'd like to let Monica and Solanki comment on that. Monica, do you have anything to say about that?
Yes. So I have taken in spring intake, the 2017 spring intake. I am a student at graduate. So I have come in around December, but by Jan second week, I have received, I have been placed on campus. So it is really quite easy, and you have positions available every semester. So there was no problem for me to get into, on-campus placement.
I think that one important note to make is that the variety of jobs, it really does differ in type of position. So there are jobs on campus that are more desk jobs. There are jobs that are a little bit more kind of manual labor, where you're working in dining services or building services. But if the objective is to build work experience and to earn some cash on the side, there's definitely opportunities for that. International students can work some maximum of 20 hours per week during the school year. And I know a number of international students, many who have almost up to that maximum 20 hours.
Right. One other point I would like to add here is there are no limitations of a job, or there are no limitations of a department that you can work for. For example, you love catering, you love serving, we have catering department, you can apply there. You love books, apply in the library. You love the desk job, apply in, Kurzman Hall, which you will know when you come here. You love serving people or the international students, apply in the OIP. So you have, enough verticals to apply on. You don't have to worry about that. And it's not tough like other universities to get a job. Trust me, I am a part of it.
All right, that was great to hear. And one thing more, they actually want to know about when we saw the application details. So there was no application fees for undergraduate. So how about that? Like, the graduates have to pay the fees, and the undergraduate application, there's no fees for the application fees specifically.
Yes, so the graduate school does have an application fee. The fee is waived in certain situations. So for example, if we met you in person at an event or something like that, then normally the application fee is $50.
Right, we saw that. So for undergraduate, we don't need to pay any application fees for now, right?
No, for undergraduate, it's a free application.
All right. So also because there are few students who are planning to apply, so we do want to know that what exactly is the application processing time? As in, once the students have sent the application with the documents, so how earliest they can expect, the decision or the outcome of the application?
It's a fairly quick process for graduate school, but it does depend on the program because it's going to be going to the program director for review.
All right.
So normally, once we receive all the documents, it would go to the program director for review. And it might be anywhere from a few days to maybe like 2 weeks at the maximum. And then once we have that decision, then we can go ahead and issue the I-20.
All right. That sounds perfect. Okay, I've got another questions. They need to ask, especially the undergrad students who are asking, like, you did mention some scholarships in the slide, and you said that the qualified students are going to get the scholarship. So they are eager to know what kind of qualification or what exactly the parameters will university will look for to provide scholarships.
Sure. So for undergraduate students, our scholarship criteria is a holistic process. So we
Okay.
do not, you might hear that a lot of larger schools, state schools, for instance, might have benchmarks where you
Right.
have to have a certain GPA or test score. Valpo does not have any minimum test scores or GPAs to offer an undergraduate scholarship. I will tell you that out of the 200 or so undergraduate students that we have, those who are not government sponsored, about 90% of them have scholarships at the university.
Oh,
So scholarships are very common. It's less a question of whether you will get a scholarship and more of a question of how much. Our scholarships range typically from $10,000 to $20,000 per year.
oh,
And that $20,000 mark is a little more than 50% of tuition. So we try to offer something that helps at least offset half of the tuition cost if a student is of high quality. And for admission, we're really looking for a minimum B average in your grades. And so we obviously have, if any student is at a B or above, they're probably eligible for some scholarship, but the A students are going to be probably at the high end of that scholarship range.
Well, what Joe added here is all about the undergraduate students. Talking about the graduate students, the graduate students do not directly have the scholarship, but there is a way out, to cut down your fee structure. That depends on your work experience. How it goes, you can actually refer our website wherein you will know the credits that you will be studying for your course curriculum. And in case you have the work experience related to that particular course, you can submit your application along with the your admission letter and everything. So you can get your credits waived off for that.
Right.
So that is an indirect way of getting your fees cut down. Don't tell this to anyone.
all right. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, and also, like we have checked out like the MBA program as well at Valparaiso University. But then, can you recommend like what are going to be the best scores for GRE or GMAT? The tentative scores which are likely to receive admits.
For the MBA program, they require a GMAT score of 500, which I think the equivalent GRE is about a 300.
All right, okay.
Can I have students asking questions, please? Bhai, kuch bhi hai pucho, bindas pucho, no problem.
All right, yeah. No, basically because they've been maintaining a pin drop silence throughout the webinars. We have been having webinars like throughout the day. So I'll just
No.
call some of the students. Yeah, just hold on for a sec.
No, we are friendly people. You can, talk. भाई कुछ भी पूछ सकते, as little as job कैसा करना है, किधर रहना है, बिंदास. I am there to help you guys.
Okay, and he has completed like BBA recently, and he has a question.
Hello, ma'am. Hello. May I know about the placement opportunity? Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello.
May I know about
Yes,
the
I can
placement
hear you.
opportunity?
Can you repeat your question?
May I know about the placement opportunity after MBA? After pursuing my MBA, what is my placement opportunity there?
Placement opportunity? Okay, so for MBA students, just like for other graduate students, they have full access to our Career Center, but one of the added benefits of the MBA program is that it's specifically placed within our College of Business. Most of our graduate programs are kind of interdisciplinary and pull from different academic departments. Our MBA program is specifically within the College of Business, which is an AACSB accredited school. And they also have their own career networking opportunities within that college and program. Most of the people who are in the program with you are already current workers in the United States who are taking some classes during off hours or in the evenings. And then you also have students like yourself who would be kind of a full-time commuter. That mix of people who are already in the field and those who are wanting to enter fields is kind of nice for networking as well. The MBA program at Valpo is relatively small, and what I'd like to do is to connect you to someone at our MBA program who can give you a little bit more information about it. So if you'd like, please send an email to that contact information at our graduate school. We'll be happy to just connect you directly to the director of our MBA program.
Okay, adding a point here, I'm sure many other students could also have the same question. So I will talk on an overall point of placements, how placements happen, be it for undergrads or graduates. I'm sure that's a primary reason that you come here for. That's the reason I'm here for too. So how it happens is the moment you are here, you are already into the competition. I'm sure all of you would agree to that point. And the next point is, let's say you have a good rapport with one of your professors, teaching professors. Always be in touch with him. Probably you like his work, his coursework. You always have a chance to apply for a TA position under him, that is a teaching assistant, which you will be learning a lot of things under him. You will be attending classes along with him. And then comes the next step, that is the internship, where the professor himself will help you to the best he could to get you an internship, maybe under him or maybe somewhere under his networks.
Yeah.
And after that, you can obviously apply directly for the jobs. Again, the professor plays an important key role in helping you getting placed somewhere to the best he could. He would not assure you. See, neither a university assures nor the professor assures. But all we could do is help you to the best we could. And after that, the career center is always there for you for your life. So that's how it actually works.
Okay.
All right. So are you satisfied with the answer?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions?
Oh yeah. We just have
hi.
another student.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hello.
actually, we are hearing that Trump is the new president there. So, is that going to be a problem for Indian students there or not?
No, I would like to add a point to it. There was never a problem for us here because we are already in the USA. I never had any problem. You want to add anything?
Well, on a lighter note, you all should worry who's the president of Valparaiso, not US. So just relax on that.
But I will make a couple of points about that. I think that there are a lot of people who are worried about the things they're hearing from the administration of the States, and I can tell you
I'm so sorry. I just want to interrupt for one thing because there are a lot of students who get disturbed with the fact that their parents actually, make a lot of assumptions because of this. So even if the students are satisfied, they are unable to convince their parents on the same that there would be no harm to their future and then the career options or the studies. So which is why I think this question has come up.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can address it quickly for you. So the first one I believe is probably safety as a concern. I know there have been some stories that have come out about some incidents in the United States. What I would tell you is that it's really important when you're choosing a university to understand about its community and where it is. Because you have a lot of diversity in the United States. You have very urban areas, very rural areas. Valpo is a community that quite honestly is known for its safety. We have had magazines call Valparaiso one of the top 10 places in the country to raise a family. It's very safe and quiet. Our students who live off campus and have to commute, many of them walk home in the evening by themselves and don't face any problems. So on the safety perspective, I think Valpo is a very, very good place. In terms of employment in the future, I know people are concerned about, does H-1B change? Does OPT change, right? Those are concerns that, of course, I think everyone has right now. And it's really difficult, I think, for any university representative to give a prediction of what's going to happen. What I can tell you is that employers in the United States are very heavily defending the importance of STEM extension, OPT, and H-1Bs. And every time there is any news of H-1B changing or something like that, universities and employers are rushing to their phones, calling their congressman, calling the president and saying, do not do this. We do not have enough Americans to work these jobs. And everyone knows this is the truth. It's really political rhetoric that satisfies a small percentage of the people in the United States. And so Do people maybe think this way sometimes, like the president? Some people might, but economics and the reality of the situation tell us that we don't believe many things will drastically change anytime soon. We of course don't know, but we don't think so.
But still, after two,
And
yeah,
Yeah, continue, please.
yes, please go ahead.
after 2 years, what happens? Like, this is the time where everybody's having a problem, started to facing problems. But what happens after 2 years when I'm done with my MBA? Then do you think it's
Yeah.
that easy like now?
So here's the thing. This is my own personal opinion. I'm getting away from my Valparaiso University spokesmanship. But my own personal opinion is that the easiest time that a president has to enforce very drastic changes is right at the beginning of their presidency.
Okay.
And that has happened already with things like the travel ban, with some of the executive orders that have been signed. What's really important to remember is that many things that a president might want to do have to be approved by our Congress, which is a system of checks and balances that's important. And if I actually believe that things will not go too much further 2 years from now, because the longer that a president is in office, the harder it is for them to enforce some of these changes that we're talking about. So I can't speak exactly to what happens in 2 years. I can't exactly predict that for you, but that's kind of my opinion about it.
Okay.
And also the media in India has exaggerated a lot about Trump being the president. We do not have any problem over here, frankly, I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, the best thing that you can convince your parents, I'm sure what Joe added sounds right to you, but I'm sure you cannot explain that to your parents. The best thing that you can tell about tell to your parents is the students currently studying here, that is we. So that's the best example we could actually give. In talking 2 years down the line, you never know what can happen. And if you are skilled, you will survive. You will get a place for yourself. Do not worry about it.
Yeah.
So that is all I have to say actually.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
welcome.
All right, I do have more students. Would you be able to accommodate them? Or like, are you rushing out of time?
Yep.
All right. So I have my next student. She's going to be asking the next question. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I am looking for undergrad degree.
Okay.
And I just wish to know that I have to live on campus from very first semester, or I can live out.
So the university, so Valpo actually has a very strong residential component to its campus. So for undergraduate students, we actually require you to live on campus for your first 3 years. And that's very different from a lot of universities. And while I think people tend to be concerned about maybe the cost of that, we have done the comparisons. If you do want to get an apartment off campus with your own bedroom, your costs are going to end up being somewhat similar. And the reason why we want undergraduate students to live on campus is that the undergraduate experience is very intensive in terms of campus life, community organization, and we want students to feel like a real part of the community. Often if you're arriving right away as an undergraduate student at your age and you're living right off campus right away, it's difficult to get integrated into the population. We want students to feel a part of the community academically and non-academically. So we require undergraduate students to live on campus for your first 3 years, unless you turn 22 years old. Once you turn 22 years old, you are exempt and you can live off campus.
Okay, thank you so much. In that case, can I work on campus? Part-time?
Yes, undergrad, is that on or off campus?
Is it possible if living on campus, I can work off campus?
Off-campus work is only permitted, and this is a general rule for all universities in the United States. Off-campus work is only allowed if you're working within your academic field. So let's say you're a business student, you could get a business internship off campus. You have to get permission from the international office to do that, and a special governmental permission to do that as well. But general off-campus work that's not in your academic field is not permitted in the United States due to immigration regulations. So you can't go off campus and work at a restaurant. That's not typically allowed. But if it is within your academic major, we can work to give you permissions to do that. For undergraduates, for any students, off-campus work needs to be done after 1 year or one academic year that you've been here.
Okay, thank you. Like I am planning to apply for like undergraduate degree in at the same time I am good at dancing and art and craft. So do I have an opportunity like along with studying I could go with that?
Yes.
Absolutely. There's clubs and organizations and opportunities in almost every area, and the arts are especially strong. We have a Center for the Arts at the university that has 2 theaters. Students can participate in plays. They can volunteer to be in dance groups. We have a ballroom dance group, another dance group. Students can opportunity to be in those. And if you like the visual arts, we're actually the only university in the state of Indiana that has a nationally registered art museum on our campus that students work in. So the arts are strong at Valpo, and you can make the time to do that. You can even declare an academic minor if you like. If not, you can just participate on the side.
And dancing on a regular events, I'm with you on that, don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
I do that very often, you know.
Great. Thank you so much for the information. Thank you. I'll be like further communicating with these people here at Study Metro. Thank you.
I would suggest every student that please, if you have any queries, drop an email to the graduate school and we will be more happy to help you. Rather than receiving any advice from, any third party or, anything like that, you just mail to us and we will be, replying back in a couple of hours.
Yeah, and if you're working with Study Metro, they also have the contact information for our office, whether it's undergraduate or graduate admissions.
All right, that's perfect. I've got, I'm so sorry, there were queries, but then I've got the last student. He's going to be asking a bit about the experience. I think that's what he wants to ask because most of the questions people want to know, they have been answered. So just the last question and then, all right, we'll set you free. Don't worry. All right, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. So my question is that Valparaiso is situated in the small town. So like, how can I make most out of it?
How can you, sorry, what was the last part?
Make most of it.
Make most of it.
Like make the
Okay.
most of his experiences, I think,
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
wants to ask. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think I'll leave that for our students to answer.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you have popcorn when you go for movies, right? That comes from Valparaiso. It has started in Valparaiso. I'm sure many of you know about it.
Right.
So we have many events happening in our downtown. One of the example was that popcorn festival, which we have it every year. We have the ice skating during the winters. We just had a couple of days back, and trust me, I just saved myself from breaking a bone or two. So you can try that as well. And we have many other things you could do on campus and off campus.
Okay.
And one of the best advantage of the university is no matter which season it is, which semester it is, you always have ongoing events going on in the campus. You can always be a part of it, make the best out of it.
We also have basketball games and tournaments going on here, baseball games, and not only the Valparaiso students but the community around Valparaiso join us. We also get free T-shirts if you could see.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
it's the
it's
one.
all free and it's really fun. There are fun places around. We have 5-minute drive from here. We have theaters. We have the fun inflatables if you for kids. There is a lot of things available here to spend a lot of time at Valparaiso, not only at the university.
Our campus has 320 acres. Do you know that? Okay. In case you don't, I give you information once again. We have a campus of 320 acres, and all you need to do is have this one. You have this one, you have access to 320 acres, just this one card.
Yes.
And guess what? You don't have to pay anything for this.
Okay.
And guess what? If you're staying off campus, this card will let you travel free in the bus. What else can you ask for?
And of course, the other thing is Chicago, which is the 3rd biggest city in the country. It's only an hour away, accessible by train or car or however else you want to get there. And there are limitless opportunities in the city.
All right. Thank you so much. Seems it would be a great experience. Definitely, I look forward to join the university. Thank you so much.
Yes, I am happy.
We are looking forward for you guys to come over, you know.
All right, so we're running out of time, I think, and we took a lot of your time as well. Thank you so much, team, to be here and to talk to our students. We really look forward to send some good applications, and I believe like so many of them are really looking forward to apply.
Oh, great.
Well,
Glad
it's
to hear
really,
that.
really our pleasure
It's
to
really
speak
a
to
good
you.
news.
Thank you very
Perfectly
much.
fine. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so much,
All the
everybody.
best, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.